got it in my long trade right now that's pumping to the upside. I'm so into the trade, I could barely get the stream on. I'm out of my mind right now. It's absolutely out of control. I don't even know where the lights are. I am just... I'm in the trade, man. I'm a trader. I'm not a streamer. I am a trader. I always tell people this. Everyone else is like, you know, a YouTuber. I'm just a trader that happens to be on YouTube, man. Just give me a moment here. I'm in a heavy trade. I mean, this week has been great. Oh, come on, give me my... Let there be light, said the Lord. All right, got my chain out. Sorry about that. Looked so unprofessional. Okay, let's break it down. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Everything going well here. 63,300 for Bitcoin. That's a key area. If you remember, 63.3 on the weekly, on the daily. We hit it multiple times. Let's kind of talk about this. Let's break it down. Let's see what's happening here for BTC. And what I started making was this flat top and this ascending triangle here. And I actually longed this already. All right. I'm actually long on this shape already. We may come back down to the bottom of the pattern, but things are just looking somewhat bullish here. BOOKMAP has a lot of liquidity to the upside. I mean, they've been spot on. We've been spot on. It says we're going all the way to 64,200. That's the idea. That's where we're likely headed. That's the tip of liquidity here. And this gives me 64,330. Again, my measured move and BOOKMAP both kind of coming together, coming in hot. Interesting times, right? And we had the bearish div that was defied. And we should have dumped a lot more than that. And we held 63,000. So it's telling me there could be a bit of a move here for Bitcoin to the upside. That's why I'm already long. All right. And we'll go from there. Again, last night, made $2,000 in about 5 hours. Then we took another trade last night before I went to bed for the trading group. That trade hit for gains. And bang, bang, bang. Gains on gains on gains. Banging to the upside. And you know, how come I guess we'll have a meeting about it, but Jamie, we gotta just we gotta understand how and why. Whatever, maybe I need to do more, but we're missing all of the Bitcoin calls that I make. I don't know how. Yeah. But anyway, it's all good. I don't even care, but we just gotta figure out a way to make it awesome. That's all. And I know you're the man for that. So we just gotta figure out where the miscommunication is, what's happening. There just needs to be a little more effort of someone scrolling through my posts. That's really all that has to happen. Anyway, shout out to everybody here on the live. And if they miss something, they have to say, hey, I don't have this, and I'll make it. You know what I mean? But there's no communication to me, and I just see this. And so I'm not mad. It's something I've really been asking for a long time. Anyway, I love you all. Let's get it all the way to the upside. There's so many things that we all do amazing, so I'm not pointing out one thing. I just say God bless us all. And thank you for everyone in my life that God has placed. Seriously. Blessings. Yeah, I made $2,000 in an hour, not $5,000 in an hour. Yeah. Trade size was $1,700. It was $2,000 in 5 hours, not $5,000 in 1 hour. You know what I mean? So you misheard me because you can go play the tape. All right, but I love you, Faha Fohai. You know what I mean? But it was a $1,700, 114% gains or something. It was a $1,700 position at 33x leverage. That's all. Nothing crazy. You know. Right now, I got a smaller position open. It's $470 at 33x leverage, the $13,000 trade up 2.8%. And we'll see where this goes. Look, the 777s on 11 just flashed. I saw it was 11 777s. It was crazy. Anyway, you can play the tape. So this looks interesting to me, and we'd go all the way, you know, possibly to 66,000. I'd probably take profits way earlier, but it's just suggesting, hey, if we continue on up, there could be a bigger leg here from this consolidation to the upside. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. So the first thing I'm seeing is a bit of a move here for Bitcoin to the upside. And honestly, you could even get this a little tighter here. Yeah, really bring it on in and suggesting that a breakout is imminent for BTC. And I could be wrong. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I'm going by strict probabilities, shapes, and sizes and things that I've seen, indicators. I have no idea what price is going to do. I don't claim to know or know to claim. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We appreciate you. I just want it repeated tomorrow when you see the live and someone tries to come at me and say, well, I said I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. You said Bitcoin was going down to 40K. You said Bitcoin was going up. You said. And no one ever says, hey, I remember when you said you knew nothing but the fact of your own ignorance and you said you had no idea where Bitcoin's going. I believe in the long term that they are printing money to zero. And due to studying history and understanding history, as I call myself a financial historian, I truly believe, and they don't want you to become a financial historian because once you do, you'll learn that they print money to zero. And once you learn they print money to zero, you won't trust the banks and everything will kind of figure it out. Yeah. I'm never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna let you down. I'm never gonna run around and desert you. I had to do it for you, all right? I did it for you, man. And hurt you. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna turn you up. Best channel for TA and mental trading, Jay Bella, we love you. And you got to go after your dreams every single day. And then my wife comes in and looks at me like, get out of here. What are you, my manager? Get out of here. Don't be rude over here. Let me sing if I want to sing. All right? Man, she's on me like white on rice all the time. People said so beautiful. Someone said dessert sounds good. Anyway, so I'm long for Bitcoin. I could be wrong. There is a pretty nasty bearish div here. And it kind of trickles all the way down and then it trickles all the way up. That's no good. Could be a rising wedge that breaks down 68% of the time. So we're going to look at all the different factions here. That's why I don't have a lot positioned. I took a nice win the last couple days. Portfolio's up on the Bitcoin one. Portfolio's up on the USD pair. Both portfolios are up. We're doing damage on my portfolio. And so I figured, why not take a high-risk swing? See if we can get there. All right? See if we can get there. Anyway, let's do what we do every single day. We're going to start here at the 2-week chart, a little different. And actually the 2-month. There's a lot of people that are bearish on the 2-month chart. Let's talk about why the 2-month chart may not be so bearish. Number one, this could have been the bearish divergence right here. Actually, there is no bearish divergence. Look, I mean, okay, fine. Slight swing up there. But some could say, okay, you could almost say that that was the bearish div that played out right there. I know it's crazy, but I'm just saying, like, because we got pretty close to the 21 for a big chart, you know? And then we came back up. And this could easily go sideways up. And the stochastics could slowly reset like such. I've seen this before. 21 comes and then we get an explosive move. I mean, that's how price action could work, right? And you're going 118,000, but not till November of 2026. Wow. We'd kind of like do a slow grind and this would reset. And that would be kind of a cup and handle. So there, you know, and I've seen that play out. So that's a possibility in the mind as a men. All right. I just want to kind of start because a lot of people bring up the 2-month on me when I'm, you know. Anyway, let's head on into the 2-week chart. And so the 2-week chart, like I said earlier today, is, you know, I like to do broken patterns. And you could say, okay, they broke it to the upside, but then they also broke it to the downside. And this thing could boom to the upside and get all the way to about like $111,000, right? And that tells you can get there pretty early, like, you know, but still January 20th of 2025, something in that area. And I'm not a timer. I'm not trying to call the timing. Even though I was 9 days off on my cup and handle last on the bigger move back here when I called this cup and handle up to the top. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. It happened already, but it is there. It happened. It's in my profile if you check it out. You can look at all my predictions if you follow my profile and go into the profile settings or you just hit my profile. You'll see all the things that I have some pretty cool predictions for the future that are set in stone, and we're going to revisit them months from now and see what happens. But they call me Samuel Cup and Handle, Sammy Cup and Handy, because I use the cup and handle more than any trader you've ever met. And I identified it and used it to my advantage, and I still to this day bang on these cup and handles. And I mean, even Bitcoin in the cup and handle to the upside. And honestly, cup and handles have really big targets. You would take the wick to the wick here with some readjustment. That gives me about $127,000 Bitcoin, you know, September of 2025. So we're going to have a year of just some lovely pumpage. And then that's going to be it. I mean, that's going to be a nice rally. If we have a year of rallying, it's going to be awesome. Okay. I owe you 100 when you made... I owe you 100 when we made a bet 4 years ago. What did we bet on? What did we bet on? Sam, why don't you use the three... I don't know, man. This cat, we all know why they don't call you Sammy. Sammy. This guy's... Man, we got a lot of weirdos in the chat today. Hold on. Let's take a look here. We must say, yeah. All right. Shout out to all you people, man. I love you all, man. I could tell there's some new people here. Shout out to Crypto Independent, Jennifer Moffitt, Caps Crypto, 554 High, man. And 4-Hour Cup and Handle that just played out was textbook stuff. Yes, it was. It was absolutely beautiful. We're going to talk about that too as well. So anyway, Cup and Handle on the 2-week chart for Bitcoin. I love the 2-week. Whenever the 2-week chart gets into this downward motion below the dotted line, and whenever I see the fear and greed index get into the shaded region, I purchase BTC. That was that $54,000 Bitcoin. I bought, a bunch, but I showed you one day I bought $5,000 worth here on the channel. So I made it real. I made it happen. I stuck to my guns again, and so far, so good for BTC, right? Let's get back into the analysis here. A little bit of a pump there. Where were we though? Where was I? I got so many windows open. Here we go. Get back to brass tacks here. So anyway, to me, this is accumulation time for BTC. And even the MACD showing one white sign. I mean, you never know. I don't go on the MACD, but and really low volume for all the movement we had. Like, where is the big boy volume here coming into the market, right? The weekly ready to rock, multiple, a shoulder, head, right shoulder, multiple lows. The RSI lower that it doesn't really get much lower than the middle section here, about 43. MACD about to turn. Everything on the weekly says I am about to moon, and don't you worry about me. And it really just says, just caught off that dip, put me in a bull flag, and I'm about to have a bit of a pump here. So the weekly looking very, very bullish in a bull flag. All the indicators about to cross. I mean, this is when I trade the 1 hour. This is when I trade the 1 minute. This is when I trade the 5 minute. The one I don't love is how the 21's, curving away for the 200, but it is starting to curve here. And it looks like it'll pull the 50. And what was very bullish is, look, what people don't notice is why I use the support, basically the SMA band, the smooth moving average band. And the reason why I'm using the smooth moving average band specifically, right, is because it gives me simple indications that other people, number one, don't notice. That's the first thing, right? And when I saw the 80 cross the 200, right, you see this? Let me zoom in here. And when I see the 100 about to cross, these are post golden crosses, but they are very bullish. So you get the 21 to cross usually first. That's a pre-golden cross. That tells me I can start loading up usually, and then I look for other indications. The 50 then crosses, the 80, and then the 100. Eventually, everything is in succession, and we go on a massive bull run. But not until all the moving averages are in perfect order. Right now, they're still somewhat sloppy. The 100's below the 200. No. The 100 has to be above. We have to go to 21. And let me show you. We'll show you this on the daily in a second. And I'll show you. And this happens on every single indicator in the world. I mean, on any asset in the world with this indicator. Using 5 MAs. The 21, the 50, the 80, the 100, and the 200 MA. Now, any MAs you use over time, you're going to learn. You just have to use them all the time. Yeah. I remember you buying a whole Bitcoin at 19. Always buying in front is always keeping faith up when others just talk. Thank you. Shout out to Jeet and Joker, who's been there for the long haul, bringing up when I bought $19,000 Bitcoin in front of everybody, a whole Bitcoin too. Not just a piece. I went whole in front of everybody here on the channel. Not afraid to be wrong, and not afraid to be long, baby. Long and strong, baby. Long and strong. Shout out to everybody here on the live, and thank you so much for coming on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Unbelievable group here we got today. I can feel the energy, feel the vibes. Thursdays are fun. Bang, Nacho is now a $50 million market cap. I like it. I wish I got more. Let me take a look at my Nacho bag. Nacho. So anyway, weekly looks good. Let's move on into the 3-day chart and see what's happening on the 3-day. On the 3-day, we have this beautiful cross here coming. We have 3 white soldiers, and one was a kind of a indecision doji, but followed up by a massive move on the 3-day chart. All right, and we're not going to put you to sleep here. Let's move on out. But so nice pump here on the 3-day chart, looking absolutely like lovely status, you know. So I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. So, and again, could we double top here, not get back above? Of course, we need a breakthrough 64,000 to remain bullish. Very, very important for BTC. All right. A bit of a W there. All right. Which brings me to, and again, there's still room on the stochastics. MACD just turned. RSI just crossed the median line. I mean, there is room to grow here. Last time we just crossed the line was right there. And I mean, look at the massive tear we went on. And even if you just do this, I like to take bars patterns and have some fun here. So if you're just to take kind of what we may do here, I mean, that gives you an $89,000, $90,000 Bitcoin, and that's going to create a bit of a frenzy, if you ask me. All right. Caspa.fy shows your KRC20's worth. I love that. Thank you for saying that. So awesome. And I'll let everybody know about that. And I did get myself some nacho. I did mint it up. I said I might as well. Don't forget to like Mr. Sebi. Thank you. Appreciate that. Lifer, how's the mood weather? They say gravity is so weak. You jump, you fly. I don't know what you're saying, man. Oh, yeah, on the moon? Yeah. It's tough living here on the moon. It hasn't been easy. All right. But you get used to it over time. You know, very floaty. All right. So again, the daily going to where? The 200 MA. But what I don't appreciate is it's getting too far for the 21-day moving average. Not a good sign. You know, just to the short term in the interim. But what I do like is this beautiful double bottom here for Bitcoin that I keep going over every single day. And I tell you, just by the book, 68% chance of a break up to about 60. You know, this is 77. I may be a little, yeah, I think I'm going a little too crazy there. There we go. Yeah, I've been getting about 75.5, 75.8. But that's our target, you know, and beautiful. It break all-time highs. The measured move of this beautiful double bottom W and clean W. I mean, candles closing basically on the same line there for Bitcoin. And so far, so good, doing exactly what it should. There's a cup and handle there, right? Flag bouncing off support, bounce to the upside. We're going to take a look at AAVE because we talked about AAVE doing the similar thing here. We're going to get into AAVE later on and show you what I believe happened to that projection for AAVE. And all coins are soon to follow if they're not already kind of following to the upside here. Casp is a coin you could expect to pump. Solana. All right. And again, if the daily can break the 200 MA, that's going to cause fireworks beyond fireworks. The only thing is, you know, last time you broke, you were very close to the 21. Here you broke away for the 21, and it was okay. We kind of rounded to it eventually. So it could happen. Let's see how that looked. Yeah, we were pumping hard away for the 21, and we were still able to continue the move. So the 200 is strong, specifically on the bigger time frames. So again, the daily, if the daily flips that 200 MA, I mean, you're in the gains. And even right here, look, when the 12-hour flips the 200 MA, the 4-hour. Remember when I discussed to everyone, I said you can easily just open up a long here. I said this on the live, whether you believe me or not, but I said, you know, with a stop just below the 200 MA, I said when you break the 200 MA in the 4-hour, you're likely to get a move. Had you done that, you are in massive gains right now. All right. And let's take a look at this long that's pumping nicely to the upside on this perpetual. 11% here. I'm on 420 at 33x. And we got into this flag, came back to break even, then it continued to pump to the upside. I see some magic here today really happening. And this is a smaller time frame that's getting busy. out of that ascending triangle that I was looking at, right? And it tells me we could grow, go. So that's why I decided to jump into the long, up 12% so far. All right. And it's the first thing I kind of started talking about at the beginning of the live stream, right? I said I was bullish on that move, and already we're seeing some movement here at 63,400. Let's get back. I just want to show you the short term. So at the beginning of the live, I gave you a short term idea, basically showed you the trade I was in, talked about why I liked it, gave you a pattern that I was looking at. Again, maybe it dumps in my face. Who knows? I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but I just want to kind of take you through how the stream started. Then we started the long-term analysis for Bitcoin. Now we're just jumping back in to that 5-minute chart just to kind of keep you kind of, seeing what's happening. Let's get back to our daily time frame and continue this analysis the correct way. So it does suggest that if we break the 200 MA, there could still be some fireworks here for Bitcoin. Again, we'll crack this high of that head and shoulder pattern. That would be beautiful once we get back above 68,000. So the double bottom suggests that all is coming for us, and I've stuck to this double bottom every single day, talked about it, showed you it, and we're kind of staying, very consistent here. The 22-hour breaking the 200 MA, very bullish. The 12-hour, the 10-hour, the 8-hour, right? Every time frame busting through the 200. Tight moving averages told us that a move was coming. We could see this move. We called this pump before it happened. I had it in this ascending triangle, very similar to what I'm doing now. You can see that's your measured move out the back. I mean, just absolutely lovely and beautiful, right? You can't beat it. And again, just getting in when you break the 200 MA. I mean, it's a simple strategy I've taught so many people, but it takes a long time to really, really harness it. Then this morning, if you're in my trading group, I gave you an in-depth video where I explained that this is a flag that was likely going to break to the upside. The 1 hour did look somewhat bullish. I said, be careful, there's some bearishness. There's a bearish divergence in the 1 hour. But we're touching the 21, we're curving, and I decided to go at the longs. I said, it looks too bullish for me that if I miss it, I'll kick myself. I said, the probability looks too high. We're going to go to the upside. And look, now they got this, they got basic liquidity to take us all the way up to 64,000. I see 64K on the way today. It looks like we're going to take names and kick butt and head on all the way up to 64K. That's just what I see happening for BTC. There is some bearish div that keeps kind of kicking in there, but the bulls just keep kicking that bearish divergence in the face. So, g'day, Rick Hobbs. I'm Sam from Riviera, Australia, for your great work. Top job, mate. Knowledge isn't free. You have to pay attention. Amen. And you got to put the concepts together and really desire it. If you just sit here and blindly watch me, I don't know if it's going to really do you the best, but if you put it together, really see what I'm saying and conceptualize some ideas, backtest, start really working on it, you'd be amazed. I think this live stream will really kind of give you the lifeblood of trading and teach you really what you need. Yeah. Same ministry, you make a measured move on Bitcoin to September 27th. Last Fed rate started 50. Dropped down 70 points later on the year on September 29th. Interesting. So we want to see a retest here and a continuation to the upside. Otherwise, this is a rising wedge that could break to the downside. I could easily lose the trade. Things have been going well, though. The account is growing. Everything kind of moving to the upside. Thank you for your time and education. I appreciate you. I know this is all about crypto, but could you charge NVDA? Blessings to you and family. Shout out to Juan Della Una. Yeah, we'll take a look at NVIDIA for sure. I'm actually curious about NVIDIA. It's a big thing a lot of people are looking at and talking about. It tells me there could be some moves there. Look at that 1 hour flag booming. So we're in this beautiful channel. This could be the last of it. We may be done. We may break through this channel and never come see it again. 4 hour breaking through the 200 MA is a very bullish sign. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. All is well here. What's got me going is the spacing from the 21-day moving average, the overbought stochastics, as we're starting to kind of grind down here on these time frames. So I look for my support or resistance areas that matter. There's a pretty decent one here. Resistance, 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 resistance. Pretty close. And we're pretty far away for the 21. So it suggests we may get, and again, but I see all that liquidity to the upside. I'm kind of stuck in between wanting to chase the pump and just resting and waiting for this to pull back to the 21, which looks like it could come back to 61.3. I hit my quota definitely already for the week. It'd be great. And again, I just go for, I want to make 10, 15,000 bucks a month, if I can. And I'm getting pretty close to 10,000 on the month right now on the P&L. So as long as, I got 11 more days of the month. So, this is what's been keeping me even more profitable than before, is reminding myself of the month every single day and looking at my P&L and looking at the broad range of my P&L. And I like how MEXC does it. They give you your P&L on you can see the whole thing. If you want to trade where I trade, you can trade on MEXC. We have one last day with our week's campaign. If you want to jump on in, 1 day and 14 hours left. This place is awesome. You don't have to worry about any of the other red tape. Just trade, man. You know what I mean? None of that other stuff that you have to worry about. No VPN, none of that. Just trade. And we're doing exclusive airdrops for people that use my link. If you want to jump on it today, 45 years to deposit 500 and trade at least 100,000 within the event period, will receive 200 bucks in futures bonuses. So they're the, MEXC is the cheapest. They're the next lowest prices. They're the next lowest priced. And they're great. We know the VP over there, Andy. He's been on the channel. If you have any issues, we're there for you. So instead of just joining some exchange and not knowing anything, you have my backing. And if something happens, hey, I sent something and it got frozen, we can reach out to them immediately, get your ID, and find out exactly what's happening. You're not there all by yourself. You have a team behind you. You're not floating around. So that's why I really think it's awesome too. We have that community value that I've created. So jump on into weeks if you want to see how fun it is to trade, man. Again, demo trade, learn how to trade, get the education. Don't just start throwing money at these markets. It took me many, many years to get where I'm at today. It's not a fast track to money. It's a hard road. And, many people lose a good amount before they win, including me. And there's still the aspect of losing if you lose your discipline. You have to be very, very disciplined if you want to be trading for a living. If that's what you want to do for a living, it's going to take everything you have. That's why I don't drink. That's why I don't do it. You don't see me out all night doing drugs. It's just not my thing. Pretty, El Natural guy, man. Just keeping it clean. I'm in Kansas and used it for over a year. Lost 5K, but slowly making it back. Thanks to you, Sam. God bless. Amen. You will too if you stick to 1 day at a time. Hey, you didn't lose anything because you're alive. You know how many people aren't even here anymore to lose 5,000? So if you lost 5,000, it's a blessing. See, I turn my mind has a way of turning any negative thought into a positive one. So if you lose 5K, it's just a blessing. It just means that, you'll be better at not losing 5K again. You know how many people have never lost 5K because they don't have the guts to even try something enough to lose 5K? So that puts you in a higher category of people already that you lost to 5,000. So I would actually consider you an interesting person. Most people wouldn't even have gotten that far. You know what I mean? Some people play it safe their whole life. Then there's some people who just gamble their life away. Again, it's not impressive. I'm not saying that, but yeah. JD says, I have an idea, you have to pause. I can't see anything yet. You can email cryptolifers@gmail.com and they'll get to the bottom of it. Yeah. Your words are gold. Thanks, man. You got this, man. It's true, though. You know how many times I've lost? And again, I listen to Jim Rohn, and I'm just repeating what the greats have told me. And Jim Rohn repeats just what the ancient Greeks said, right? All of Jim Rohn's teachings are really historical teachings. And that's why it's really important that we listen to Jim Rohn, because he's just telling us that how, what humans have made in the past to help us. And the one thing that I want to talk about is he discusses no gain with no pain. I lost my train of thought. 5K try. I want to see Jim Rohn video this morning had me fired up. The frequency, I didn't get to listen to my Jim Rohn video this morning. I didn't get to work out. We had contractors in and I had to walk with them and show them stuff. Then I remember there was a light I had bought, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I didn't know where it was. And it's just interesting, right? Yeah, the Hermetic principles. Oh yes, but so back to what I was saying with Jim Rohn. So what the great Greeks and Romans taught us is we are what we think about every single day. And if we let these losses get in our heads, then we're nothing, you know. And every day is a blessing. You wake up today with another opportunity. And if you have opportunity in your life, that means so much is coming your way, right? So do we continue to the upside here, or do we get a little bit of a pullback, even some consolidation? We may consolidate here a little bit. You know, BOOKMAP is hungry for 64,000 though. It's like, it's telling me we're going to get there and go there no matter what today, somehow, some way. And that's what's keeping my eye on the smaller time frames. But, you know, the 4-hour gapping a little too far away for the 21-day moving average is a cause of concern for me. Many times we come back to that, you know, but we have this beautiful resistance, almost this double top that we broke through there. Well, we now have resistance at 61,150, and it would be great if we hold 61.5. I mean, I'll take 62 and all that other stuff. But the main levels I'm looking for is 61.5, 62,002. But yeah, we're a little far away from that 21 there on the 4-hour time frame. That has me saying, huh? And even on the 1 hour, it looks like we're a little too far away too, and we're going to slightly start to consolidate. Usually the 1 hour gets about that far away before it consolidates. That's funny, it pumped without touching it. That's rare, but it happened. And then you could say, you know, there's a bearish div now forming again here, you know, and we just keep getting these bearish divs, which we got to listen to. You can't look at bearish div and just act like it's not there, you know. And then you got this bigger one too. That's technically bearish divergence too as well, which telling us, you know, we're likely forming a move further to the downside. You tell me, my beautiful lifers, y'all know the deal as much as I do. All right, each and every one of you. And may God bless everyone for being here and sharing your life with me. You didn't have to, but you did. You got the views up for me. You got the likes up. You guys got the super chats cracking. You got the comments flying. I'm honored to be here because the respect that each and every one of you give me. Yesterday's, you know, talk with Jim Rohn was about knowing when to walk away. I didn't feel like I was where I deserved to be when I was at work. But now I show up suited up with you each and every day, and I feel like I'm where I deserve to be. You people make me feel right, make me feel complete, you know? So a rising wedge breaking to the downside now, you know, 1 hour consolidating here, a little too far away from the 21-day moving average, maybe time to pack it in. Right? Not looking amazing. We were up maybe 50, 60 bucks. Might be time to shout the market. There's so much liquidity up there. That's just what makes me hold on a little bit. Because you just never know if they reverse this thing. You just never know. But look, wick. I mean, with bearish div, that's a bit strange. That's telling you a story right now. That, you know, that's something. And you're away from the 21-day moving average. So, I mean, even if we're bullish, it tells me we got to kind of watch out here. I'd watch the 15. It's a good go-to time frame when things are getting a little hairy. Let's see if we can consolidate here on the 15-minute, and there's a chance this continues. There is a chance we defy all this bearish divergence. I've seen it before, so I'm just showing you, you know, I'm going on trader instinct many times here. 64.8 could be our next level to watch. There is bearish div, though. It's like, you know, it makes you want to short immediately, right? And so a lot of people are going to start shorting this too, bots in general, and that's also going to possibly create the liquidity. When I see this much red above me like that, I just get very weary to short. I'd rather not get squeezed and watch it, you know. Yeah, Tampa's awesome, man. I moved to Florida in April, the last 2 days of April, and it's awesome, man. Florida is beautiful. I was watching the sunset yesterday at the beach. My daughter got out of school and we took her to the beach. I mean, and I said to my daughter, in my life, in my entire life, I never went to the beach after school because I lived in Boston. You know what I mean? And the beach was like 45 minutes away. I had many great days, don't get me wrong. I don't want to say, look, and that's kind of a shoulder, head, right shoulder there. It's a lot of bearishness for Bitcoin. I'm not saying we're going up. I shouldn't keep that because I'm in the middle on it. So I'm getting a lot of bearish signs for BTC. But I also know we're in this extremely bullish time where things could get kind of crazy. So, yeah. You always remind me of where I live, Sebi. You live in Florida, baby. In paradise, man. It's a beautiful place to live, my friend. I just moved here, and it is just... I still can't believe I live here. I looked out the window, and I see a palm tree, right? I see a palm tree, like a big one, too. My neighbor has, like... It's like 80... I don't know, it looks like 60 feet, 50 feet. I mean, beautiful. I look out this window if I wanted to flip it open, palm trees. There's palm trees everywhere, man. And just beautiful. It's gorgeous. Love you, lifer. Thank you for your humble mentorship. Anytime, man. Thank you for calling me humble. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you. Thank you for following me and being here every single day. And it's Thursday. Today is our weekly screen share, where I share my entire portfolio. So if you want to jump on in, some people say my weekly screen share is worth the $99 a month. I truly believe that's possible. If you want to go to cryptolifer.com right now and find out more, jump on in to my trading group, and you'd be part of our weekly screen share every Thursday night. Share my portfolio, talk about what's going on. You know, I will not go over your portfolio. I don't do that. You know what I mean? We could talk about coins and all that fun, but I just want to make sure I'm not a financial advisor. I don't do stuff like that. But you can give us your email address, hit consent, and subscribe to our weekly newsletter too as well. And that'd be awesome. But if you join and jump on in to the trading group, number one, if you get for 3 months, you'll save money immediately. It'll be $270 for 3 months, which is like less than $3 a day to have an analyst in your back pocket that has 17 years of market, experience from the New York Stock Exchange, Toronto Stock Exchange, and more. And I go over Bitcoin every single day. You can ask people. We've been hitting massive gains. Like yesterday, I made $2,000 in 5 hours, right? Making over 100% gains off of $1,700. I mean, you can't beat this stuff, right? And I even went and saw a sunset. So like my day consisted of a $2,000 gain, and that wasn't the only gain. There was other gains throughout the day. We played this beautiful cup and handle to the upside. We blasted on the 4-hour time frame. Saw a sunset off Longboat Key. I mean, and then it was gone. Look at that. It was just it was epic. Just a beautiful day in general. And then, called another long before I went to bed. That hit. I saw this flag before I went to bed. Said, I'm going to long that. And then here I am, I open a small long right here at about, 61.9 there. And you woke up in the morning to gains, and then it continued to fly. And that thing just went boom. Look at that. And then it continued to pump a little more too. And now here we are again. So it's just been gains on gains. And we had the 5-minute flag that continued to pump. And it's kind of where we stand, and then I'm kind of watching this, and I just longed Bitcoin not too long ago. Struggling at 63,000 though, losing this key level. Looks like it's gonna take the dump easy. When you lose the 21, I'm out. All right, so I'll run here to close, swing. Sometimes flash goes may save you money. But I hit it. All right, it's out. And it does look bearish. You can see, we saw kind of that head and shoulder vibe, shoulder, head, right, shoulder, head, shoulder. Losing the 21. You're likely to dump down here to 62,000. Just very likely to head right down to this key level. Do I short it right now and jump into a short immediately? I mean, I've done it in the past. It's not a false move Monday or, it's a Thursday. Usually you'll get the movement. Like, this should come down to the downside. I don't get the risk-reward ratio. I'm rushing into it a little too fast. I wasn't positioned. Would have been better if I did something more like that and made it a 3-1 and got in when I was supposed to. But I can definitely tell the market in front of the world here, and it looks very likely we're going to drop to this 200 MA here on the 5-minute time frame and back to this key high volume node there at 62,000. And you can see I bailed out so I don't give back my gains, and I'm still kind of in position on the week and on the month. And it's all about knowing where you're at on the bigger time frames in your P&L too. All right, not getting caught up on the small stuff, not stressing, and knowing when to pull off a trade and put on a trade. Pulling off a trade with a small gain is okay, but what if it reverses and pumps and I miss out? So be it. That's fear. Fear of missing out. Every time you equate any negative emotion that you're having, you can equate it to fear. Fake emotion acting real. We need to remove fear from our lives. I was in fear, so I did not start a YouTube channel. I did not start my own business, and I kept working for somebody else. I even worked a night shift. I was in so much fear. I took an uncomfortable position. My fear had me doing things just At one point I realized I was living in fear, and if I didn't put my foot down and change my life, that this was going to be my life. And I said, and life is kind of, that's finite. Like, once you position yourself, that's it. Like, I mean, until you decide to change. And I decided to finally make that change and change my life. And when I did, things began to change, but not until that point. What I am talking about now is just to teach you about the reality here of how to stay on point and how to focus. All right. Okay, so I see a bearish div here overall, head and shoulder pattern to the downside. Could we come all the way back down to 62,100? Looks likely. Looks likely. When you lose the 21, you likely fall to the 200. I've seen it many, many times. And that was could be the short squeeze pump to kind of clean up the last of it. BOOKMAP does have all that liquidity though. But it is high. There's not a gap to, there's a gap to it. It says 63.5 is looming. 62.6 right there though. It says we could go even lower. Let me see if I can look at the chart any differently and find some sense here. Too much for me. Too much. So we know we have beautiful support off 52, 57. We come for resistance at 64,000, 65K. We broke resistance at about, 62. So once you break 62, look, it like to the high volume node, it just likely you get to 64,000. How we get there is the question. So, looks like we may flag out on the 8 hour, flag out on the 4 hour time frame. So for me, even though I see all that liquidity, I mean, that's the one. This is why I'm confused today. I'll be honest, BOOKMAP's throwing a wrench in it because BOOKMAP's got too much. Like when I see that much up there, I'm like, man, like it just, now I got to figure out how are they going to get there then? It tells me to watch the 1 hour time frame. That's what I keep getting. And I keep wanting to even move that. Look, resistance there. And that could kind of get us to 64,000. It would just be this one pump out of the flag, right? So this is something that I would be kind of looking at maybe in 5 to 6 hours. If we could get the Stokes to reset, this to come up, and it looks like Bitcoin could dump down to the 21. So I'm looking for a pullback on the day, even though, and then in case I'm wrong, like if the 1 minute loses the 200, that's going to confirm a lot. And so far it did. So that's a sign to short the market with the bearish div there too on the 1 minute. So yeah, everything's kind of checking out for me despite the liquidity on BOOKMAP. But if I took away the liquidity on BOOKMAP and just did my thing, which I got to, that's why BOOKMAP's not 100%. I see a pullback here back to the 21-day moving average on at least the 1 hour time frame. That would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least about 8 hours, right? And it's 11 o'clock. So we're talking 5, 6, 7 o'clock. This flag could be filled and we could get ready for our next pump to the upside. This could be kind of my next trade that I'm looking at before I take any trade. So that's what I'm watching. And again, maybe it pumps and I miss out and it goes all the way to liquidity. That's a chance. If it does that, I should be able to hop on some type of flag or movement on the 1 minute. The 1 minute gets back above the 200, it could be a pump too. These are signs and signals of things to come, but they're not guarantees. I mean, this is a very ugly pattern. Seems to be in some type of channel on the 1 minute. Or I guess a falling wedge too as well. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. So I'm seeing some bullishness here for Bitcoin. But I don't know. I'm sticking to the 1 hour pullback theory here. This makes the most sense to me. But I could see how they could sneak one past me on the smaller time frame. So I'm vulnerable on the smaller time frame by sticking to the 1 hour, and there's a chance they get me on the side, but I don't know. Now look, the liquidity is disappearing. It's not as thick as it was, but it's still there all the way to 64K. So that's why I'm like in the middle, you know. I'd have to kind of watch this. So I'm looking for the 1 hour pullback. Chance that this 5 minute can do some damage. A broadening rising wedge, which is still bearish overall, but that gets you to the 64.5. That gets you to 64,000. And there's that like $2,000 move for Bitcoin. So I can't give up on this idea here. Even though I'd like to, the TA tells me, you know, you have to heed this. So if I get rid of the projection that we don't need right now. So you're seeing if you can put in the work here. Previous support is resistance on the 5 minute. That takes you to 64.5 or 64,000. Interesting take on the market this morning, right? That's pretty unique. But that's what it's given me. That's a real pattern. You can Google this, a broadening rising wedge, right? You can go to Google and check it out, right? A broadening rising wedge, sorry. And it is a trend reversal, right? But there it is there. I want to see the more rising one right there. Now, they're bearish in general, just like the rising wedge is bearish, see? But it doesn't mean they can't break out. You'd like to see this come down, bearishly retest, and dump. Similar to a head and shoulder rising, like a grandiose head and shoulder that's not even though, right? I'm not in a short or a long right now. I'm looking for the 1 hour to pull back. I just want to verify that the small time frames are gonna play ball with me. So that's kind of where we stand, and it looks very likely now. I just want to make sure because I've seen them slide the smaller time frames behind my back before, and I've looked, you know. So I'm looking for a pullback on the 1 hour, before I do anything crazy, and a move back to this probably this point of control area somewhere at 62.2. All right, and I could be wrong, and I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. Maybe we go sideways here, or we uptrend in a flag. You know, it's one of these two flags, but it looks like we're going to consolidate here on this Thursday at around 11 o'clock. And we're kind of done with the bigger moves, but I could be wrong. I don't want to be, you never know. Shout out to the channel sponsors, iTrust Capital, the best place to buy and sell cryptocurrency, gold and silver with your IRA. Invest 24 hours a day, 365 days a year with iTrust Capital. What I like about it is you can get into that lower prices on the weekends when we get those dips, those gaps in the CME, and you can't do that in the ETF because the ETF runs on the regular market. So you have far more of an advantage by trading this, in my humble opinion, than trading an ETF. But people do whatever they want, right? You can't listen. They also self-custody. They custody it for you, but they do an amazing job. They're redundant. They're regulated. And your experience, I believe, will be amazing. So check it out at iTrust Capital. Hit the QR code or the link below and find out more at iTrust Capital. Decrypted.tax, the best place to do your taxes. I really appreciate their sponsorship. And they're awesome. Schedule a free consultation and just talk to them and find out why I like them so much. And they're amazing. They also have a tax attorney on hand, and they know a lot more than your average CPA about cryptocurrency and regular. So they're going to be able to do it all and round trip you perfectly. Schedule a free consultation. Find out more at decrypted.tax. And I know a lot of people don't, always kind of thinking about their taxes. Hey, find out what you did or didn't do, figure it out, and get it done. Stop running away from the problem. Shout out Houdini swap, my favorite, honestly. And you can transact freely, send or swap bridge with 4,000 tokens across all chains. And there's also private. Say you wanted to send money to someone, but you don't want them to see everything. You could do it privately. It's really nice and standard. And you can go from Ethereum to Sol, Sol to Ethereum. It's very simple. You put your receiving address in here. You paste the receiving address right here. Copy, paste. The only reason I don't do this in front of you is because I don't want you to see my receiving addresses. Well, you put a receiving address right here. Put the Ethereum. You hit find the best route. It'll come. Then it'll ask you for that Ethereum address, which you'll put in. Boom. And it'll begin the swap for you. On our way to $700 million in swap volume. It's really, really awesome. You have a great dashboard as well. And they got the lock token if you like to get into that and see what's happening with lock. Pretty awesome. And yeah, you can see the performance, what's happening, your history. Connect your wallet at Houdini Swap. So find out more at Houdini Swap. Thank you so much for the sponsorship and all my peoples out here. So Bitcoin looking extremely volatile for the moment here. Getting a nice little pump back to the upside, back above, you know, kind of it is bouncing off that channel. They may try to slide one by me on the small time frame. See, I don't claim to know what's going to happen to Bitcoin. Everyone's like, yeah, you're this, you're that. I just claim to figure it out at the right possible moment in time. Like if I make the trade at the right moment and I win the trade, then like there's really no, to me, you don't, and it goes for you. When you win the trade and you win something and you use your, you know, your own strategy, you don't have to prove it to anybody what you're doing. You don't have to show that you've got it or it's all, you know what I mean? You did it. As long as you are consistently profitable, you don't have to answer to anyone or anything about the way you trade. Remember that. Like, and you don't have to compare your gains to anyone else's. Watch someone that puts out, I made 10 grand, I made 30 grand, did they ever put out a loss? I guess they never lose. You never know. But just be careful, man. Whenever you see someone put out only wins, you know, just, you know, always remind yourself, hey, I never saw that person post a loss. Because to make big money, you have to risk big money. And it is what it is. These are just the facts of life. Okay? What I'll teach you under my mentorship is how to be disciplined in life. And that will come through in all facets of life. Your financial life, your regular life, you know, it really will play out everywhere. And what is discipline? Discipline is controlling your thoughts or what you think about, really, or what you let inside and out of your mind. And if you have discipline over your thoughts, you have discipline over your reality. And when you have discipline over your reality, you create it. You know, you help co-create it. Things are going to come your way that you don't expect. Life will throw you challenges. That's a fact. How you deal with that is going to make you who you are, period. Basically, who you are is who you are when you're getting hit hard. You know what I mean? Anyone can be awesome when it's awesome. But do you constantly revert to a positive attitude? Do you constantly flip any negativity into positivity? Lost a trade last week, down 900 or 840. Won it back hours later. Made 2 grand yesterday. You know what I mean? Got the mindset to flip it back to a positive. Told myself, hey, every single lost trade was a winning trade for me. Why? Because it gave me the insight to win. So you don't want to lose, but I invite the pain now. I invite, you know, I don't want to say, hey, I bring it on, but I mean, I prayed to God for strength. He gave me more problems to make me stronger, you know. You don't always get what you planned on getting, but life will fine-tune you for what you desire to be, okay? You don't always get what you're getting, but life will fine-tune you to what you desire to be. I just made that up. I mean, it's, you know, not the greatest. Could have been said better, but I think you know exactly what I'm saying, right? So you can see I'm struggling here to see what's Bitcoin's going to do. The 1 hour tells me pull back too far for the 21. The 5 minute may try to push us back up to 64,000. There's major liquidity up here that just tells me we're going to go there. You know, it's very rare when we see it this dark and this red that we don't eat it up on that day, on that trading day. But so I'm stuck and I'm not in a long either right now. I'm just in this like, right? Could start making one of these too, like this flat here and have it come up like that. That's something that could happen, right? What I also see like could be bearishly retesting the bottom. See, I gotta trust the 1 hour time frame and know that it's, you know, it's there for me. and that 21 is there for me. But you never know. I don't care how well back tested my strategies are, you just never know. We're in a place where things are getting extremely bullish, and funny stuff happens then. Funny stuff happens. So man, I'm getting mixed signals. I am. $15-minute. I mean, the 21's far away, and you got bearish div. I'm calling shorts on the 1 hour. I'm not playing games anymore. I'm calling shorts of the 1 hour. It is what it is. We're going back to the 21. That's it. I'm not second guessing myself ever again. We're going back to that 21. That's it. I'd say 80% chance. All right, and I'm sticking to it. That's it. I'm not juggling, going back and forth. I'm calling a short back to 62.2. All right. After that, who knows? We'll go from there. But right now, I'm calling a short to 62.2, and I'm sticking to it. All right. For BTC. Now, do I open the short? I had a really good day of trading. I really kind of don't want to push it on Thursday, and I have no one to impress except for each and every one of you. But you know what I'm saying? The way that you make me feel. And again, like I said before, we could get an upward or sideways flag. I just see consolidation. I don't know exactly how we're going to consolidate. Wow, the 21 does look kind of lofty. Like it kind of just will sail right out. It is looking pretty bullish. The more I look at it, I'm like, it's like, see, they got me. They got me on the in-between. I do see consolidation though, regardless. Like, I don't see a massive pump just yet. But BOOKMAP don't lie. They want to pump somehow, some way. 64.9 would be the target here. So let's see. I don't have to chase. Let's see if this flag plays out on the 15. If that plays out, I can jump into a long. Might take about 2 to 3 hours. And then I'll be okay if I don't short. I just don't want to miss the big pump. If it shorts and it dumps and I miss it, so be it. If we get up to 64 and I don't get into the long, I'll be like, I'd like to get that long, personally. Okay, the Living Monk. Do you hold meetups? Yes, in my hand. Great to see you doing well. Shout out to Juice World. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Wow. Tried to keep up with that. Obviously not going to happen. I'm looking to jump in when the 1 minute crosses the 200 MA. I like it. Let's take a look. Looks like it just did that. Looks like it just did that. That could be the pump of a lifetime right there. It's moving. Get in, Sammy. You guys are funny. No, I'm going to wait my turn. I'm going to wait for this to kind of... Because look, that could be a shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. I just want to see how this kind of prevails. But it does look... I mean, when he break the 200 MA on the 1 minute, we get a pump. You would expect to move here to the upside now. Bit of a double bottom, too. That wick got eaten up. Looks like we'll pump at least up to 63.3. All right. AERO pumping like crazy, man. I love AERO, baby. And we talked about how once Bitcoin got above a key level, the altcoins were just going to fire off, right? Wow, AERO back up to 82. And now we're basically back up to triple our triple my money that I put in there. I was looking for that right shoulder. It seemed to make a little tiny one. But see that like double bottom, kind of like an Adam and Eve double bottom there too? So it tells me just only a matter of time. Get your neckline, and this thing's about to blast. 1.43, something like that. I own this. I have it. I just want to make it clear. It's one of my my longer term holdings. I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, that looks like it's gonna pump, right? Even the 1 minute looks like it wants to take off. It's weird. The 1 hour. Everything looking bullish. I mean, there's a vicious amount of liquidity up there. A vicious amount. And so, and someone said, you went long, short, long, short. I didn't open up the trade. I'm figuring out my move, man. You're sitting. This is what I do when I'm by myself. Like when I'm figuring out what I want, when I'm going to do. I don't know what you do. Like most people don't show you this. They hide all this from you. I show it and they get ridiculed for it, which doesn't make any sense because I'm just showing you how my mind works. Like it's not perfect. I never claim to be perfect. What I am doing is just showing you what's like. I do this for years and years and years and years. You a GRT? No, I think it's all right. I don't know. It doesn't really get me going. It's okay. I'd rather AERO drone than GRT anytime. Yeah. Just be unburdened by what it's been. I try to as much as I can. It's not easy though. Sammy, 300 disposable income on Bitcoin trades every week and keep blowing it, doing 200 100x. Any words of wisdom? Yeah, you should go to demo trading. You got to find a system that works. Being transparent, we appreciate you. Shout out to Barefoot Sailing Adventures. We love you. Everyone jump on into Barefoot Sailing Adventures. Give them a subscription. They're on their way to 500,000 subscribers. Let's get them to 500,000. Help them move, man. You guys can help me move. Wow, that looks like it's pretty bullish. 1 minute above that 200 MA. Do we long it for fun? Go to 64. I mean, I just want to. I believe 64,200 is doable with a stop below the to that liquidity. With a stop at 62,941. That would be a 10 to 1. I hit one of these the other day. It was awesome. That's 100 for like 1,000 and I made like $800 and I was like, so there's like no risk on the trade at all. So I'm going to take the trade. Rafe Solomon Records told me. I'm just joking. Do you hold any mobile? The network is growing and telecommunications is a very big industry. I think HNT is hot and it has been pumping. So I just got into a long here, seeing if the 1 minute can hold me down for the day. You never know though. I could easily lose this trade in front of everybody. And don't do what you see a YouTuber do ever in your life. All right. Have the education and the knowledge to figure out what you're doing, making sure it's complete and right before you just jump on in. But that's a fast $30. I mean, that's a very fast way. I mean, people wait tables to make $30. I just made it in literally under a minute. Like I could close that trade after fees, still be up like $25. I mean, that's right. Again, you can lose it as fast as you can gain it. I don't want to make people too excited, but this is how it moves. All right. Electric, it's known that you don't need to get into the pay group. Sammy breaks stuff down twice a day, 8:30 free of charge. On the weekends, not twice. Everyone assumes that I live stream twice a day. But we post and I live stream, but I don't live stream twice a day. Everyone thinks I live stream more. Every time I meet people, like, this guy live streams like, how many times? 2-3 times a day is that? I'm like, once a day, just every day. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm fighting the 1 hour that doesn't look amazing. Like, you got to know your risk. It's Thursday. So if you lose a trade, you're like, all right, I'm going to walk away, you know? 5 hours streaming a day, 7 days a week, right? I stream all day long, every day, no days off, all the time, never ending. It just in the shower, and but I'm here every day for the positive vibe. Shout out to JD, man. I love you, man. See, I like to hear that too, and that keeps me positive. You've had me check Choked up several times with your testimony, positive messages, and inspirational thoughts. Not to mention the trading wisdom. Incredible job on the mic. Thank you, man. God bless you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you. I mean, life is a blessing that we all get to share together, right? And it's a moment in time that is gone right now. That was gone, that moment right now that I just had with you. It's like, and so we stay in the present moment. That's all we can do. And it's interesting how it disappears as fast as we get it, right? But we want to hold on to it as long as we can. But we can't. And that's just kind of life, man. Life is that never-ending battle between holding on and moving forward. And I think I used to hold on way too much back in the day. I spent a lot of time in my head, a lot of time in the past, a lot of time just stuck in thought. And not enough time moving forward, pushing myself, like believing in myself, positive thoughts, positive affirmations. And so now I know how to help someone who's in a negative place. And really the whole point of this entire show is to help people out of their negative space. You know, I meet a lot of people, they look me right up and down, right when they see me, and they go, man, you've changed my life, Sam. And I know it's more than just trading. Like, they've learned how to trade, but they learned how to find themselves. You know, they learned how to make it happen. So look at that bounce off the 200 MA. That's interesting. If we can hold above the 200, we're going to win this trade no matter what. No matter what the naysayers, no matter how it is, you know. And I like being really close. I like my stop loss being really close, like right there. Like right there. Like I'll nuzzle right up to price action. Cuddle right up. Life is a way of fine-tuning you. Good quote. It really does, though. Yep. Thanks for the amazing content and great positive vibes. Shout out to Nick G. We love you, man. Appreciate you for being here. We about to drop to daily open. Possibly. Anything could happen. I don't talk like that. Yeah. I'm a guy who looks at the charts and has a pretty good idea what could happen, but I don't know. You know? I do not know. What I do know is I don't like trading Thursdays too much. They're not my favorite days to trade. And I already won today, so I probably should just lay off the sauce. The battle at the 200 MA. We lose it, we're done. We gain it. We win. Looks like we're losing it. We were up there and we were just nowhere to. Now we're kind of in the sauce. They're gonna get me. They're gonna come on and get me. Come on, boy. Show me what you got, you bears. You ain't strong enough. They got me. That's usually where I ended on the day, man. Too much back and forth. So again, I'm going to stick to my rule here and just watch the 15-minute flag. Watch the 1 hour time frame and not get too enticed by BOOKMAP. I don't care that you're flagging all that. What I care is, you know what? I made gains in the day and I don't want to chew it. I don't want to chew myself up anymore. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Stinks though. I don't like losing my trades, but it is what it is, right? Watch them bounce us right back up again and pump this thing too. Thursdays, man. And again, another thing, don't stare at it after you lose the trade because you could get yourself back in. Tell yourself be honest with yourself. What are you going to do? What's your plan? Right? And we got altcoins taking a nice bounce here in the last hour. And in the last day, man, SUI up even more. Pyth, Pobcat, Ordi, STX, Rune, SEI, everything taking a big move to the upside. The whole portfolio ripping. It's exciting times. And I just wanted to look. I was like, wow, my spot bag must be up nice. I mean, a move like that really changes the mode. Yeah, like, wow. Like, look, $23,000 on the PNL. I mean, that's how fast these altcoins can bounce. In 10 days, you can be up 200 grand, 300 grand, you know, and be like, wow. And I bought a lot of stuff on the low. So I was piling in when things were kind of at the very, very low. I was just piling in. Absolutely piling in. The SUI bag, remember, it was 5 grand. It's almost 7,000 now, or it was 4,800. It's now 6,800 bucks. SUI continues to pump. Ondo booming up. Beam booming up. Caspa doing gains, and altcoins are just starting to rip. Man, it's like alt season. So what we want to see really is Bitcoin go sideways throughout the day, catch up to the 21 eventually. We do have to be wary. There is a lot of liquidity up there at 64,000, meaning we're probably on the way there pretty fast. When Bitcoin recovers, it covers so fast. It must hurt the people that like sold the top or get all emotional in the bear. Like me, I'm up almost $10,000 now on those, you know, from where Bitcoin was. I'm not, you know, from the Bitcoin buys that I bought down there, 54, 55, 56, 58,000, all in the green now. But that was when the fear and greed index was heavily in the shaded region, 25, 22. I think the lowest we got was 22. And you got to take advantage of those lows. You just have to. Wow, the 1 minute's probably back above that 200 playing games, man. And this could be the one, watch it just, that's the crazy note. I hit one, I hit two, and then the third one could be the big one where you just fly. There are days when I just keep going at it over and over again, and eventually I hit a big one. It pays for like 3 losses in a row, and it doesn't really matter. That can't happen. That's how powerful this 200 is. That's why I'm getting mixed signals today. I realize it can go either way. I don't even know what to say. It's like it's some weird nonsense. But makes me think I'd have to like take that down and say it was like doing that. I don't know. Strange business, to be honest. Very messy up and down price action. Hard to make sense of it like the way I like to. But suggests that what we get above the 200 MA and we continue to pump, possibly shoulder, head, right shoulder. I don't know. I'm done toying with it. I'm not FOMOing anymore. I'm getting rid of the fear, taking a deep breath. There is no fear. If I miss the pump to 64,000, I can take a short down to the 21 day and still make the same gain. So whatever happens, I'll be okay. Just watch this 15-minute sideways flag in the 1 hour time frame and don't chase. Is my best what I'm telling myself to do here. I see AERO making a pretty big move out of this Adam and Eve to 142. As cryptic as it looks, it's on the way. Let's take a look at AAVE and get into your altcoins. Please send in your super chats for TAs and deep dives. Any altcoins that you want to talk about, things that you want to go over, let me know. You know, I'm going to be heavy in the chat right now, kind of looking at the chat. This is where the chat gets busy. We spent an hour and a half on Bitcoin, basically. So I talked about AAVE bouncing off this resistance, this level, and there it goes, man. With the beautiful bounce to the upside for AAVE. And we went over this many times. We talked about it, but it happened basically as planned. AAVE bouncing right off this level and getting gains. AAVE back to 150, and I see this thing continuing, and on a bigger scale, it's going to 217. DeFi coming back strong, working better than it ever has, having more people care about it than they've ever had, and so more could come. Let's take a look at NVDA, NVIDIA Corporation here on the NASDAQ. And so NVIDIA to me is inside this. It's going to do what the S&P does, and they're about to print tons of money, and so that money is going to go where? Into the market. It's going to go into politicians' hands, because when they print money, this is what happens. Politicians already have deals set up with companies that know they're going to get the money that's printed. It's all set up. It's like, yeah. And it's kickbacks and stuff like that too. What I've learned is they donate to a campaign, and then what they tell them is, you know, you're going to get a contract back, and then the contract will pay you, you know, so and so amount of money, and it'll pay for the money that you gave in the campaign and more. So if you give now, we'll bait you later. And like, you know, I know but this is an unsaying, you know, this is what's happening. But that's a bit of a bull pennant. I see NVIDIA continuing to pump. I wouldn't be surprised if NVIDIA is $236 a share somewhere by January of 2025. Or it looks like we're going to go on some massive rally here. October, November, December. It looks like we're going to have one of the greatest bull markets in the regular stock market, in cryptocurrency, It's just looking pretty crazy. All right, I could be wrong, but that's what I'm starting to see here. All right. AOIZ near AI ecosystem. Thank you, my guy. You got to pick one, man. No double dipping. So I guess we'll pick AOIZ. Thank you. Let's take a look at DJT. Trump Media and Technology Company. It's in a giant cup and handle, right? It's in a giant cup and handle. How long has it been out? Since November, though. Crazy, though. It came all the way up and all the way back down. But, I mean, it seems to have double bottomed. I mean, how much lower can it go? Right? So you think if you believe in Trump, you're going to keep moving. I mean, how can this not bounce back? It's a bit of a cup and handle to the upside. But it wouldn't be a chart. I honestly wouldn't trade that. All right? So just based on on technical analysis, there's just better opportunities. No, no hate on I'm not trying to pick sides here. Wow, mobile got hammered and it's attempting to do its Adam and Eve, but it's pretty sloppy with it. But to me, it definitely looks like it double bottomed here. It's likely going to be the bottom for mobile, in my humble opinion, as this market starts to pick back up. But you never know. But I have a 90% vibe that that's going to be your bottom. And when we go back to this months from now, weeks from now, people are going to be like, wow, we definitely called the bottom there for mobile. Looks likely to me, I could be wrong. SUI swap, right? SSWP. I think more, isn't CETUS really the one that's going to pump with SUI? But wow, man. I like that rounded bottom. Looks like it's eventually the bottom, but I don't know, man. You think if that was really SUI swap, it would be pumping more like SUI is. Wow, SUI just got lit. 139, and my target there at 144 for SUI to the upside. Let me show you my target for SUI. I gave this call a while back, and it's another beautiful call we hit here on the channel. But if you're in my trading group, you got this on 9/9, September 9th. And I'm looking at SUI. I know it's hot. People are talking about it. And the entry in there at about $90, and then SUI to 139. And I saw this inverted head and shoulder flag pumping to the upside for SUI. And lo and behold, SUI banging to the upside, crossing the daily 200 MA, which is also a bullish sign for me. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Just doing damage to the upside, exactly like it's supposed to. SUI, man. A little too far away for the 21. The beginning of a big trend. Again, might be some type of pullback here in the market, some type of flag Thursday night into Sunday, into Friday. But for the most part, little sideways movement and then boom. I mean, it's crazy how fast we can really get back to where we were and just continue. It's insane. And let's take a look at my baby Total 3, where I called the bottom of the altcoin market publicly, and I have it on my weekly video where I said, man, this is hidden bullish divergence on the 3-day chart. My go-to. We're bouncing off of the 786 and lower on a wick. We're in the golden pocket. This is where you accumulate the altcoins for a lifetime. For me, personally, I can't tell you what to do, but this is where I do. A person, right? When I mean you, it's any person, right? But look at this beautiful cup and handle to the upside. And I see this make it a big leg till July of 2025, and then we'll see what happens. But altcoins look poised for a massive move to the upside. Total 3 is the entire market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right, my friends. Definitely important that you look at this every couple of days, and I'm always kind of giving you the macro analysis. Hey, we go from the 1 minute all the way out here to the 3-day chart. We're giving you kind of the best of both worlds here every single day on the channel. Okay, to the crypto rank, popular searches for Bitcoin. We got Dog SUI, of course, in the game there, up 28% in a week. We gave you the call 10 days ago. Layer 0, another one that I talked about and wanted to bring up. Ton doing damage. Hamster Combat, when it comes out, probably going to break the internet. Ondo Finance back to 65. Solana at 141, getting that pump. And everything kind of getting back in there. People running after Solana memes. Blum is out there. Dogs is still out there. Layer 0. Starknet may have bottomed. Fractal Bitcoin on people's radar. They're definitely getting searched a lot. All right. baby Dogecoin again back in the day, and Ondo Finance. So you can see Ondo getting searched a lot, Sui getting searched a lot, ZK Sync, ZK Ton, Layer Zero. Let's take a look at ZRO. I brought it up the other day, was like, you know, this is a coin I would definitely be paying attention to. And you want to know the overall market cap of the little altcoins. Very important. Just wondering if I did it on a different... I just don't see the work, so... Oh, you know why? Watch this. I deleted the template too. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to be doing that anyway, so. But if you look at my timestamp from like, I don't know, just a couple of days ago, I was talking about, you know, throughout the live stream, I was just saying what coin looks hotter than most of the other coins. I said Layer Zero is interesting because it had that huge pullback, and now it's kind of finding its way, right? Nice move though from 314 in the last 2 weeks, really back up to 456. Not my favorite looking. Well, there you got something like this in a breakout. If Bitcoin dumps, it could dump too. But you know, I'm seeing this is a nice little flag here on Layer Zero, and 8 hours straight of selling. You'd think it would eventually get a relief rally here. I'd watch that flag on Layer Zero. Chance it pumps. Let's see if it's worth the wait or the watch. Yeah, I mean, 23% is definitely anything over like 4 or 5. I'm in. It's like 3%. I'm like, eh. But there's a nice 24% gains. I'll be blessed for anything I can get, though. I don't want to ever put down any percentage, really. But, you know, there's a high level of standard I'd like to get out of each trade. And, you know, if you stick to your standards, it's important. So, Layer Zero, I would watch that flag on Layer Zero for sure. It's been hotter than most coins. It's been interesting. And how about AERO coming back strong? And today's one of the biggest pumps I've had in my altcoin portfolio in a long, long time. In a long time. Like, so blessings on blessings, right? Like, that's wow. Wow. You know, that's what was happening in the bull run, like 23, 40K a day. You just start like, you're just like, oh, hey, you know. Sammy, bless your family. Can we check AVAX, please? Shout out to Paul Wood. Thank you. Everyone keeps asking about dogs. All right. Oh man, Francis loves dogs, talks about dogs. Dogs just got sold off. Everyone seems to love it, but I'm weary of it because every time I look at it, the charts don't look amazing. It's a new coin that just kind of dumped and slumped, right? It probably looks better if we look at dogs on Dex Screener. So that's what we're going to be doing here. Thoughts on DOP? None. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Thank you, though. Appreciate you. We'll take a look at dogs here and see what it's saying here. Dogs on ton. I thought dogs was wrapped ETH. On the Bitcoin network or something. I don't know. This thing looks like a slow rug pull. I don't know why everyone loves it so much. I guess it could be amazing. It's at the bottom of its barrel. I don't know. It's got a pretty big market cap, $4.5 a bill, I guess, right? For where it's at. No lock liquidity, though. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not in love with this at all. Let's take a look at AIOZ. Bitcoin getting that little bounce, too. Looking strong. Nice little pump for AIOZ to the upside today, too. Look at it breaching the 200 MA here on the 4-hour time frame and getting that love, man. Getting a little bit of a love here. But, I mean, it's been down and out, right? If you own this thing, it's like, wow. It is good deep in, right? I actually bought a little of this coin years ago. I'm talking in the last bull run. It's been around a long time. But you know, falling wedges break up 68% of the time, and you're starting to get tight. And once we break that journey, I mean, this is all, it's funny. Once you realize what trading is, you realize that's it. Like, it's a big pump followed by a bunch of pain and long consolidation. The longer you do this, the more you realize it's the same cycle of play over and over again. Same cycle over and over again, right? But yeah, I mean, that will boom all the way back to 139, in my humble opinion, do a 2x from where we're at. Even with a stop like someone right here below 25 cents. So I'm bullish on AOIZ in the long term. Like enough to be like, yeah, that's a beautiful long-term swing trade. But that'll take a few months. Like, people have to have real patience for these types of trades. A lot of people don't, because I thought I used to and I didn't. And I learned the hard way. I'm like, oh, okay, it takes this much patience, you know? When you think you have patience, you don't even know how much patience you think you have until you know. You got to find out, right? How many indicators you need to be successful on a trade? I use one a lot of times. You don't have to use a lot. Let's look at Cadena that had that pump recently, right? Wow, a huge bump too. I'm going to look at it here on Binance, where it has just a little more information, or no, KuCoin, when we first really looked at it. Again, though, getting the double top there on the daily time frame, it did eventually kind of make it out of that little flag we talked about. Look, so remember the last time we looked at it, we looked for that move and we got it. Everything's kind of watching this sideways Bitcoin behavior too. If Bitcoin just pumps wildly, it's going to move the market. Like, we get to that 64,000. These could follow. Interesting. 4 hours just a little too far away from the 21 though as well. 1 hour is interesting, but not, you know. Huh. And I got to ask you guys something that happened very strange to me last night that could help. I mean, I'd watch this, but it's, I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm getting mixed signals by that strange flag. I'd like to see this 3-day touch. It does look like it's eventually going to make a move though. All the altcoins are waking up. I'm very, very bullish on altcoins. I don't come out of nowhere and tell you the bottom's in and we're on our way to alt season. I don't do that. Like, if I do that, it means I truly believe something monumental. Like, I'm putting my entire life in, not life, but I'm putting my entire reputation on the line when I do that. You know, and I don't want to look like a fool at all for any reason, because I have years of data and I sell that information as an educator. And if I was like completely wrong half the time, it wouldn't look great. And so when I come out and say something like that, it means a lot to me as a person, as years of all the times I've been doing this. And I didn't speak one iota about alt season, really. I didn't just, you know, I didn't boy who cry wolf it. I didn't one day say yes and the next day say no. I just kept saying, you know, and I finally came out and saw something huge and was like, listen, this is likely the end. But we don't know for sure, but it looks likely. Even JASMY in this falling wedge wants to break out and do damage. It's got this resistance. It's got to break through. Once it gets above that 2 cent region, it's gone to 2.6, 3.3, and then possibly all the way to that 6 cent for JASMY, baby. JASMY by December of 2026. By December 26th of 2024. All right. And let's take a look at that next super chat there. We got Cadena, JASMY, and AVAX from Paul Wood. Shout out to anyone that gave on the channel today. We greatly appreciate it. It's very, very nice of you. You didn't have to give, but you did. Blessings on blessings to everybody here on the live. Let's take a look at Avalanche and see what's happening to Avalanche here on the charts. And first thing I'll do really is just delete everything, but it's in the same kind of idea as a lot of things, right? You pull your fibs, it's bounced off the 786. It's in that special place. Previous support is resistance here. As you see, we're kind of bouncing off these key levels. And you got this falling wedge, which I feel like it finally just you know, just kind of peeked its head out. And is the daily above the 200 MA? No, but when they're tight, you usually get a pump up to it. So you'd be looking for a move here. Now, what every altcoin's going to start doing is pumping from their tight moving averages to their daily, flipping the daily, and then starting to flip other time frame, you know, and just really getting busy. So I do see a pump here for AVAX, and I see it coming pretty fast. 30% gains coming out of AVAX possibly here is what I'm looking at. So I see a move for AVAX, and I see it happening pretty fast. Not you know, and again, I don't hold any, maybe I have small bags somewhere, but not that I remember. So I just, if I do, it's just sitting somewhere on a wallet. But AVAX looks interesting to me. And once we flip that, did we flip the 4 hour we did, and look what happened after that. Boom, to the upside, right? Thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, can you look at super, please? We'll take a look at it. Shout out to Apartment Records. We appreciate you, man. God bless you, brother. So, wow. And then you kind of see this flag here, too, which is like everything's following this Bitcoin idea. Like, what if Bitcoin doesn't, you know, we all pump? So, it's interesting. Today could be, you know, this afternoon, we may just be getting some type of crazy move here. Bitcoin pumped again all the way back up here. It's really consolidating heavily. Pretty amazing if you see what it's doing, right? I mean, so looks like a consolidation for a bigger move to the upside for Bitcoin. It really, like, if the bears won, they would have won by now, in my humble opinion. Like, all right. And at the last minute, I make my call. If I get into a long, I'll get into a long. Oh, I've been traded till like late. Going over the market, still basically 12, waking up at 7. Actually, about 1, waking up at 7. I've been sleeping 6 hours a night, really, every day. My last post is at 1 a.m. My first post is at 7. You guys see me in the trading group. I don't stop, man. I don't stop 7 days a week for over 1,383 days straight without a day off, man. And that's real. You can check me on it. They can have anyone. They can go through the files, forensics. I want to, you know, I want some Guinness Book of World Records plaque, man. There's got to be like how many consistent live streams in a row without a day off, man. I wonder if AIDB would go anywhere once they go further into their project. Still not listed very far, but it's mineable. Interesting. AIDP. Bitcoin looking like it's going to take off. And I'm trying to see if I can see something that I don't notice or... Thank you so much for the super chats. Can you check OCTA? Looks like a daily inverted head and shoulders. Bounced off the 21 MA. Seems hot. Shout out to the Josiah Jelowek. We love you, man. You've been a long-time supporter of the Crypto Lifers. We appreciate you, man. You are a lifer, man, for life, brother. God bless you. You and your brother. I believe you have a brother, if I'm correct. I think you've mentioned him before. Quote me if I'm, you know, tell me if I'm wrong. I think I got it, though. I know you, so I'm pretty sure. I remember you saying something one day. Could make a shoulder. I see. I got mixed signals every moment I'm looking at this stuff over here. It just looks weird. It's not how I usually see consolidation. $15-minute looks like it could take off though. Any moment in time, just blah. And BOOKMAP suggests it could too. That's why I kept taking a shot. They kind of had me. They had me a little bit. 1 minute must be back above the 200. It is. It's showing signs of a takeoff now again. Tells me I got to get in and just ride the wave, you know. If I'm scalping the smaller time frames, you'd be in the money already. Seems like we're about to start getting a pump here. If I had to guess, 30-minute curving. $10-minute looking so strong, right? I mean, the 10-minute, there you go. I mean, the 10-minute tells me to go all in and forget everybody else. And just take the 10-minute all the way to Valhalla, baby. Don't sweat the small stuff, baby. Take it all the way, Sammy. I'm the 10-minute and I love you. Don't you listen to nobody. We'll get you to that liquidity. They can't see it, but we can see it over here. Take a nice move all the way up, Shammy. Don't be scared. Scared money don't make no money there, Shammy. Is that right, 10-minute? That's right, Shammy. Wow, if they didn't... yeah, they nipped me and then flipped me. Look, they nipped me right there and then flipped me. Bastardos. That's not right, right? They nipped me and flipped me, bro. They did me dirty right there. That looks like the way, though. I know they're going to get us to 64,000. I know you want 64.2 over here. Don't act like you don't. Don't act like you're not trying to get me all the way to 64,000 over here without my lunch. You're trying to get me there without taking me there. You want to get there, but you don't want me to get there. I don't get it. Why we can't both get there together? Why has it got to be like this, huh? Every single time I got to find my way in. You never just let me waltz in. I got to fight, kick, and scream my way to liquidity over here. Use 1,000 programs. Find out what you're doing. I got BOOKMAP clocking you. Come back to the bottom of this pattern and I will get into this 1 minute possibly. Show me signs of life over here. Show me signs of life. Back to the... Shove me to the bottom here. All the way back to the bottom here at a 1 minute time frame. It's almost Peter Griffin time. Hey, Shem. Hey, Lois. I think I'm growing beard. Hey, Chris, go to your room. My name's Peter Griffin, and I'm from Quahog. When I watch crypto Lifer every single day on YouTube. That's right. I drink a bunch of beers at the bar and I watch Crypto Lifer. This is Peter Griffin from the Family Guy, and I love you all. Thank you for being here. Much respect. Now I'm going to grow a beard. Wow, Peter, you're the best, man. Thank you for doing that. Much love. It never gets old for me. I don't know about you guys, but it never gets old for me. So if it makes me happy, I guess that's better than nothing. Maya Quimby over here, right? What 99 group section does everyone share trades and setups? In the 99? Yeah, we have a group called the Ultimate 99. Yeah, but then I also have 5 elite traders that are posting their charts too and things that they're looking at. Then I have my altcoin setups that I'm posting, and then I have my Bitcoin chart that I'm going over every single day and my Bitcoin ideas. There's a lot coming at you every day. I'm also posting BOOKMAP every day. We're having a blast together. It's really a place where people of positive mindset that really believe they can make it come together and form a unique bond that I believe is lifelong. And it's not just like coming in and out of a trading group. I truly believe I'd say 80% of the people will find a lifelong friend in the trading group. People learn someone from their neighborhood. Lifers link up from towns across each other. They find people that really resonate with them. And because they met through me, that respect is kind of granted between their relationship. It's weird. It's like I'm almost there even though I'm not there when they meet, and there's this level of respect between them because it's kind of the lifer way. We've created a way of life here on this channel, more than just a channel. It is a way of life, man, and it's a thought process. It's a consciousness on earth that we all should live, help each other out. I learned a bunch of cool concepts that help make me money. I'm printing $2,000 a day for my pajamas. And from my house, I don't have to leave my house, start my car. I don't need gas, all that. I don't have to sit in traffic. I don't have to go meet someone for an appointment. I don't have to do anything of that nature. Okay? I can do everything from the comfort of my home, and it's all due to trading and the education that I learned. And so I share it with you because I want you to have such a great life. I don't want you to have to sit in traffic. And so if I sat here alone and then watched everyone else, struggling, and I didn't help anybody, I would feel like a low-life piece of nothing. Again, I'm a businessman, so I'm not going to sit here and do everything I do for free. It's just not going to happen. But I'm going to do a lot for free, more than most people. And so that's really what I'm doing here every single day, teaching technical analysis over and over again. It's the burden of truth when you learn something to give it back. You You know, the burden is that you know it, and it's made your life better. You can keep it quiet, but God knows. And God made you and all these beautiful people. So if you have a consciousness like I do, and you believe there's someone else watching you but you when no one else is, which is what I truly believe, my connection to God, and that's what it is. That's what a consciousness is. It's a connection to God, believing there's a higher power. So you don't do whatever you want. You don't do free will because you believe your will hurt others, and you actually want to please God too as well. You know? So you want to show God that you're a great creation and that you appreciate what you've been given. I know I wasn't the one that made it all. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty small in the totem pole. So I know my role, if you know what I'm saying. And that's where submitting to God comes from. When everyone's like, submit, you can't roll with God until you submit, and you can't submit until you lose the ego, man, and get rid of, like, just, you know, a lot of people maybe will never submit their whole life. But I'm telling you right now, once you truly submit to God, the feeling is amazing, because then you realize that everyone is a true creation of God, and that you just want to spread the love, light, and happiness around. Okay, that stop's going to be what, 62,875. This ends up breaking out. This is how it will do it. And the bearish divergence now has been confirmed with a double, and then we have a new kind of midi trend forming with that higher low. Scared money does not make money, so you won't make money if you're scared. Period. Impossible. It's never going to happen. It is a Thursday, tough time to trade, but there's so much, that liquidity. Now they built some down below at 62.62 though, so we must be careful. They want to eat some both ways, maybe even. Don't get chewed up. When I want to win, I just like to win. Like, I want to add to my day. Scared money don't make money. I repeat after me, and I'm in the trade. You don't do what I do. Please don't do what you see other people do. This is what I'm looking at here. Just get the education and watch on a daily basis so you can absorb the information and get entertained. This is for entertainment purposes only. All right, and education. We want you to learn and understand what I'm doing here. If we lose the 200 MA on the 1 minute, this is a wrap to the downside. This trade is over. All right. Even if they kind of wick it down and they bring it back up, so be it. I have to believe it's a wrap until it's not. 11:56 in the morning here, and wow, big day for the altcoins to bump back to the upside here. A big move in a lot of altcoins. Exciting to see that. Exciting to see that, and showing us we can possibly start, you know, once altcoins start to really show me strength, I start posting them hardcore. We start getting back into the motion of altcoin trading like we really do. So I'm excited for that to revisit and to come back. We went over a lot. Let me make sure there's not any fan funding that I did miss here on the day. Hey Sam, do you see REEF long term from BMAX to X? Wanted to thank you for your years of hard work. You're the best inspiration for me. From BMAC to X. No, I did not. BMAC to X. I don't know what that means. BMAC to X. From BMAC from. Yeah, but God bless you, man. Thank you. You check OCTA and CRO and Super. Wow. So we have Super, OCTA, and CRO. Let's take a look at those. And Super, OCTA, REEF, and Crow. All right. Man, that's dumpy. Head and shouldery. That's what I do when I scalp small time frames. I just kind of like, I lurk. But if I see something I don't like, I jump out. The 15-minute looks so bearish. I'm going to let them rock, though. I'm just going to let them do their thing and come back to it later. It is what it is. I don't want to lurk too hard. Ah, we have the same chart. You see it too. Yes, I do, man. What do you think of people saying if we can't get over 65K, the likelihood is we dip down to the 40s? I'll take it one day at a time. We have to lose the 200 MA now on the 8-hour time frame and other things, and then we'll go back to, you know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, mate, it's nice to watch you trading in instructions. You're like Simo Haya in the Winter War. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, I guess. I should know more. Let's take a look at Super here. Super USDT on KuCoin or CoinEx, Super Farm, Binance as well. Lowfin Perpetual, MEXC. I don't see a MEXC spot though. I see the Perpetual though. I like to look at spot when I'm looking at a coin. Let's take a look at KuCoin spot. Wacky pump up there, right? But everything's kind of getting back into the motions. And from the bottoms, man, at 46, I mean, almost every coin's up like 100% now. And people are like, wait, what? How? And it's like, well, you got to buy the nastiness when no one wants to. Like, when everyone's telling you, including me, that we could see 30 and 40,000, even when I hear myself acting bearish, I start buying. And then I know I don't buy it all. I keep some money for those lows. So if I buy 5K, I'm like, well, I got to buy 5 more K now. You know, it's just, that's what has to happen here to continue further to the upside. Super, I see this little, it just got above the 200 MA though on the daily time frame, which is pretty bullish. But I see some type of sideways price action at least for a little bit. We got to see what Bitcoin's going to do too throughout the day. All these coins are going to follow. Bitcoin goes sideways, they'll start to pump. Bitcoin goes dumps, they'll pull back a little bit. Then they'll all pump together. But I see sideways price action and then super continuing. I see all, I've told you, Total 3 looks very bullish. So almost every altcoin I'm going to say I'm bullish on. All right. I'm going to talk about the interest rates. Since Fridays usually have their low volume, do you think we may have a dump? It's possible. And so we have the Japanese interest rates. Let's look at Forex Factory. Let's see if they bring that up. Retail sales, foreign direct investment, right? IPPI, MMM, you know, CAD, Europe. They have a BOJ press conference tentative. Today is Thursday. And again, we did have news today. We had unemployment claims today at 8:30, which came in lower than forecast, which is bullish. Way lower too, 219. That's a pretty interesting number there. All right. I'm still long on BTC. AVAX looks nice. All coins look like they will fly. Usually on a day like today, all coins start to pump. Everyone was waiting for Bitcoin to get above like a certain level. Once it does that, people get pretty excited, excitable, whatever you want to say, and they get pretty crazy. I'm looking at all coins on a bigger idea here. Like, this is a rounded bottom. Rounded bottoms pay the bills. These are likely going to be some of the cheapest prices you can get again before this stuff starts to take off. Again, I could be wrong and they could dump to zero. You never know. It's a highly speculative field. And again, nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. But technical analysis speaking, we bounce off the 0.786 Fibonacci. We're in a golden pocket, and it's likely we start to make our rounds on out of here to the upside. I own a bit of stacks. I appreciate this coin. I like the ecosystem of BRC20 and Bitcoin, and I think big things could come from it. Octa was hot. If you remember, when the whole market wasn't that hot, Octa was hot. And look, I made this flag for Octa, not so much though, right? We dumped to the downside. Octa was on a tear though for a while. Falling wedge breakout, come back down to support. Fibonacci, bounce off this 886 in the golden pocket, basically right now, a little bit below it or in it. Somewhat of a bullish sign. Did seem to lose the trend, but not the worst thing in the world. Let's take a look at our 4-hour time frame. So it just double bottomed off of this key level. It's in like what I call kind of a descender. I don't love the chart, I'll tell you that. Like, I don't love the pattern, but you are above the 200 MA, which suggests you could pump. So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing can gap. And then look at the gap in the VRVP, which tells you get up to 222 pretty fast once this thing starts to cook. And it's a bit of a cup and handle. See the cup with a handle above the 200 MA and the point of control. I mean, that is bullish regardless of how that that nasty little flag doing. We went over AERO. It's doing great. Yeah. We caught support, man. Yes, we did. Can I kick it? Yes, we can. Can I kick it? Yes, we can. Can I kick it? Yes, we can. I'm wondering why I couldn't move that. So this is looking like it may turn bullish, man. And I fought it all day. You know, I see that the bigger time frames don't want us to go. I see a little more edging out of that. But 355 could pump here to the upside. I like what I'm seeing for BTC. We need higher high on the 1 minute. Roaring Kitty, baby. GME about the 40 year funny. Let's take a look at REEF. And REEF has been in the mix. I mean, Token Metrics talked about it. I put it in this bull flag, likely going to pump. And look at, I mean, look at that thing. Look at REEF exploding. Bang, up 50%. REEF for gains. And now, I mean, it's going to start becoming a gain field soon. You guys are going to be like, man, we've never seen gains like this before. We've never seen gains like this before. Wow, REEF doing damage, though. And we were putting out REEF at 914. All right. Someone right there before it started to dump. But we remember Token Metrics just started putting REEF out. Yes, baby. No. Oh my. She just. Why? Oh my god. She told on you so fast. She like just tattletale. Thank you, Nyla. You don't like when something's not right, you tell everybody, right? Yeah. You make sure everybody knows. Yeah. We don't do that. Yeah. We don't do that. I was saying that we don't have it like that. How'd you get so smart, huh? Whoa. You okay? You want to say something to the people? Don't yell. Just say something quiet. Don't yell.
I love my daddy.
Don't yell. I said don't yell. Don't yell.
I love my daddy.
Oh man, I'm sorry if you hurt your ears. Yeah. You see Chrono. See, we're all at the bottom, man. That's a double bottom right there too. That's a beautiful double bottom. If you don't have the guts to buy the lows, man, you can't. You're not gonna have, you know, the nice things that like you got to be able to be in the fear. Most people just don't have it. I don't know why. You got to train the brain. I didn't have it at first too. You could train the brain. I can train you and help you and get your mind to the right place. Shout out to David. I will tell them he said hi. Shout out to David, man. Shout out to David. We love you, man. Let her scream. She ain't hurting nobody's ears. Okay, man. I'm a father of 2 girls myself. Amen. 3 girls for me now. Joy, Sammy. At the end of the stream, I just cuddle her, hang out with her. We eat the same meal every morning. I eat 3 boiled eggs. It's just fun, man. I love having kids in my life and my family, and just I work so hard so they can have everything they need. That's what I work for, you know, for my kids and my wife. So they need for nothing, man. They want for nothing. They're hot, they get a pool, right? They need space, they get a bigger home, you know. They want to feel safe, they get them a nice car. You know, whatever it is, everything I do is for my family. Everything I do is for the people around me, and honestly, God takes care of me in many ways. So blessings. Bitcoin is fighting. There's liquidity to the upside. I got back into the long. I figured there's no reason to miss the long, so we'll go from there. Anything could happen. You'll see. Only young once. Enjoy it. Amen. Yeah. We had a good time with your family. My daughter Nicole bought a lollipop for summer. Thank you, Teddy Bear. We love you, buddy. Bitcoin is about to go. It does look like it could pump. Are you talking to me? All right. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to run on out of here for the day. We had an amazing live stream. It would be nice if we get the likes up to 1,000 likes. It would be awesome. But you know, I'm unburdened by what has been. Yeah, CKB keeps pumping, man. It's whatever, man. I'm not really that, like, for some reason, I don't know why it doesn't really. 63.3 is a key level. It was a weekly support and resistance level. We get back above it, we can pump pretty fast to the upside. Yeah, you'd be surprised how fast we'll be at 64,000. So I see 64K in the card. So does BOOKMAP. I just don't see how we don't need all that liquidity today. It's so likely we go up there. So I'm burdened by what might be. Yeah. All right, everybody, I'm going to run out here for the day. My wife is staring at me. Don't come in the office, my love. It's a man's world over here. Yeah. It's a man's office. Like the dark wood, like the chestnut, like the walnut, you know, the field, the Legos. Yeah. The little Cadillac cars. Yeah, my gem. My heart gem. What are you trying to get out? Get. So weird. Tries to put me down in front of public. You know. Thank you for your support. Hey, we're pumping, man. We're pumping. We're pumping. All right. I'm not always right, but I attempt to make the best call possible at the right time. All right. Don't let your lady rainbow up your office. You're funny. Tell the wife we love her. Go be with the family. We need our man time. I know, right? Yeah, Injective has all the coins in circulation. I like it. I like it. Everything is kind of bottomed out finally. Like, how much more can you sell it? Up that, you know, eventually you just, the buying and selling gets so much that it just can't. Gets exhausted at the 786 usually, right? See, these are giant money printers. See, once you get the money printer on the smaller time frame, can you now do it on the 1 year, on the 2 year, on the you know, for a month or two, right? It's tough to leave the screen when things are moving up, always, but you got to just let your you know, let whatever you do sit and go from there, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. May God bless you all for being a part of the stream. Thank you for your time that you dedicated to the stream. That is your most, you know, valuable asset, and I greatly appreciate it. Everyone, I'm jumping out for the day. I love you. I'll appreciate you. I'll give you guys an update to the trade later on in the trading group. We'll see where we stand. I just see all that liquidity up there, but you never know. It is low volume Thursday, not my favorite day to trade. And we'll take it one step, one day, one candle at a time. Everyone, I love you, and I'll see you in the trading group throughout the day and tomorrow for a beautiful Friday live stream. And here we go, man. Another week. Bang, bang, bang. We did it. Fed day 5%. Wow. Big rate cut. It was amazing. And we'll kind of see where we stand. Bitcoin struggling right now. Back to the downside. The 1 hour still, you know, the bigger time frames do tell me there's some stress there. They'd have to squeak out the smaller ones. So that's kind of what I'm playing. Anyway, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Stay blessed. Stay amazing. And I'll see you tomorrow on A Beautiful Live. Thank you.